Easter Claymation movies. I am someone who takes an unhinged amount of delight in those half-whimsical, half-horrifying stop-motion movies made by the Rankin Bass Company. Easter Claymation movies. And nobody told me about them! I've spent way too many full weeks of my life freaking out about creepy dentist leprechauns and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I've been freaking out about big perverted monkeys, like a heat miser, snow miser situation, and, you know, that one time when Santa Claus was like an immortal kind of baby adoptee and his family went to war and, like, melted people because they stole his toys. Well, they did Easter Bunny specials too! Weeks of my life has already been just drained into the like 1960 to 1980 Rankin Bass stop-motion cinematic universe. I didn't know that included the Easter Bunny. I watched all 3 Rankin Bass Easter specials, and they're so good. The Easter stop-motion movies are also technically Christmas movies, because the Rankin Bass Company is incapable of conceiving of any holiday special that isn't actually just like a Christmas special, though. So there's more Santa in these Easter films than I was really expecting. Like markedly more Santa. Or at least winter things happen a lot. No, I think Santa shows up twice. And that's crazy. That's crazy. I watched all 3 Rankin Bass Easter specials, and in doing so, I discovered one of my new favorite stop-motion fever dreams of all time. This was an absolute blast. I don't know, man, this is kind of like if Chitty Chitty Bang Bang meets Doctor Who meets Easter Bunny meets Plague. There's a lot. We got a whole lot of stuff to talk about. I'm saving my favorite for last. We'll get to the craziest in time. We'll get there. We're gonna start with 1976, The First Easter Rabbit, the shortest special and the one that's traditionally animated, which is always a slight disappointment when, like, the alternative is really freaky stop-motion animation with way too little fluid movements. I like those. I like those a lot. I am on this journey to be freaked out by stop motion, and your hand-drawn art is hindering the horror. This 2D animated special starts out at Christmas because of course it does. Because of course it does. We're starting out our Easter special and it's just Christmas. It just starts out at Christmas. And a narrator introduces the story to us because of course they do. There's a lot of narrators in these companies' movies. There's just narrators out the wazoo, in the wazoo, through the wazoo. It's freaky. Like a freaky amount of narrators up in those wazoos. Can I say that? My ears, why? Said narrator is some sort of rabbit time traveler, maybe? It's very unclear. Rabbit time traveler, maybe narrator, introduces us to Child. Child.
Oh, Mommy, I love him.
Oh.
Oh, look, it snowed last night.
Oh, gods. Oh, no. Child, and totally not robot emulating human offspring, is gifted a stuffed rabbit for Christmas. Christmas, it's Easter. Wait. Stuffed rabbit? Stuffed rabbit. Child likes to play with her stuffed rabbit, Stuffy, and sometimes leaves him outside. Wait a second. Wait, stuffed rabbit that's left outside. Uh-oh. Is this gonna go all Velveteen Rabbit on us? Because I really can't handle the Velveteen Rabbit. I can't handle the Velveteen Rabbit. If you've ever read the story of the Velveteen Rabbit, like, don't. It's a terrible kid's story. It's horrifying. I don't want it. While outside, real flesh rabbits can look at Stuffy and congratulate themselves on their superior ability to, be alive and sniff things.
His odor is unsniffable.
Hey, keep your kinks to yourself. Child acquires scarlet fever. No, this is just the Velveteen Rabbit. No, I can't handle the Velveteen Rabbit. No, I don't want the Velveteen Rabbit. It's sad. I don't want a sad Easter Bunny movie. Stuffy is sentenced to burn to scourge the scarlet fever.
That old stuffed rabbit. Burn it all at once.
Stuffy, no! But as he's waiting for his these ears are going to drive me insane. But as he's waiting for his execution by pyre, Stuffy weeps and births a fairy from his tear.
I have so many questions.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
I'm gonna make you real!
The tear baby says.
Why?
I I don't know. So you don't burn to death, maybe? Dude, this seems like a better alternative, even if you don't understand what it means to be real. His tear baby tells him that now that he's real, he's gonna be the first Easter rabbit. Notably not the first Easter bunny. They never say Easter bunny. They only ever say Easter rabbit. And it's just so, it sounds so awkward and artificial. And I just, They refuse to use the words Easter bunny. I don't know why. I don't know what they have against the word bunny. Maybe it's not, as, correct as Easter rabbit. I don't know why. Maybe someone just threw a hissy fit about how the word bunny isn't proper and is therefore bad and not good. It cannot possibly be called a bunny. It must be called a rabbit. I have a giant ladder here that's just holding a lamp. So instead, they only ever use the phrase, the Easter rabbit, and I hate it. It sounds odd and artificial and like someone saying, ooh, you can't use that word. It's not a real word. Like, what does that even mean? There's no such thing as real words. Linguistic anarchy, people. Dictionary reflects speech and not the other way around. Okay. I can't go on a linguistics rant. I'm stopping myself now. Meanwhile, there's chicks, little baby chickens without beaks. I hate it. It's wrong and it's not okay. The chickens need beaks. Stuffy's tear baby tasks him to go to Easter Valley for, I don't know reason and because I don't care. It's not a very engaging special. So Stuffy goes to Easter Valley to do the Easter Rabbit quest or whatever. But the Winter Warlock / Winterbolt / Vague Winter Wizard number 243, because it's winter, in this Easter Bunny special, Vague Winter Wizard number 243 is gonna get in the way of the rabbits, of the rabbits, because he wants to cover Easter Valley in snow. Oh no! I'm so invested in these stakes. Oh wow, Santa's in Easter Valley. He's, says some Santa-y things, and then he leaves. The special is so boring. In my notes for this Easter special, I wrote, "This is a very Christmas," and I find that an extremely apt description. This is a very Christmas. It's not just the chicks that don't have beaks, the chickens also don't have beaks, and it's sinful and wrong, and it's not okay. Not okay.
A silly old stuffed rabbit.
Tricks are for kids. Sometimes the child's mother cries because disease is bad. The way that this mother cries is weird. She leaks. Her eye spheres leaketh. Stuffy visits Child as a real flesh rabbit now, and Child is surprisingly very chill with this.
Oh, Mother, it was Stuffy. He came back.
She is still a robot, however. Oh, but another meanwhile, Vague Winter Wizard number 243 makes it snow in Easter Valley. Oh my gosh. But don't worry, Santa shows up to save the bunnies. This is these ears are driving me crazy. But don't worry, Santa shows up to save the bunnies. Rabbits, not bunnies. Side note, I like that in this universe, children lose their sclera as they age. Cool world building. Very deep. Overall, Stuffy the not flesh rabbit gets scarlet fever, sneezes out a baby that gives him life, then Vague Winter Wizard number 243 sneezes snow on Easter Valley, then has a complete and utter breakdown when Santa threatens to cut off Vague Winter Wizard number 243 by outsourcing his snow production to the South Pole.
What good is all of this? What good is anything?
Wow. These two plot lines barely interact with each other and aren't really the same story. Kind of two movies colliding here. Like, one's very much a Christmas movie and one's like kind of an Easter Bunny movie, kind of. I think Stuffy Rabbit sums it up best when Vague Winter Wizard number 243 shows up at the end of the special, and upon seeing him, Stuffy says,
Hey, who's that?
he didn't even know he had a nemesis. Stuffy Rabbit didn't even know. Like, they haven't met at all. Stuffy Rabbit doesn't know who Vague Winter Wizard number 243 is. Stuffy Rabbit didn't know anything. I don't know anything. Oh, and the narrator, oh my gosh, wow. The narrator bunny at the beginning was just an older Stuffy Rabbit the whole time. No wonder this story is incomprehensible. Our narrator's mind is melted from scarlet fever. So boring. 1977. The Easter Bunny is coming to town. Stop motion time! Stop motion time! This special is really trying to mooch off of that Santa Claus is coming to town success. You know, the one where mailman Fred Astaire narrates a story about how an orphan is adopted by very small people until he grows up to be bigger and stronger than his family, so he can take his wares across the scary mountain with a big bad scary guy on top to give presents in a gray town where an evil ruler outlaws happy things, but our strapping protagonist makes an ally with a nice redhead, but is chased away by soldiers and has to continuously invoke new holiday traditions to keep evading said soldiers and baddies, and in the meantime is nice to the big bad scary guy on the mountain and makes friends with him, and ultimately brings joy to the people by bringing presents while riding a magical vehicle. Well, in this special, mailman Fred Astaire narrates a story about how an orphan is adopted by very small people until he grows up to be bigger and stronger than his family, so he can take his wares across the scary mountain with a big bad scary guy on top to give presents in a gray town where an evil ruler outlaws happy things, but our strapping protagonist makes an ally with a nice redhead but is chased away by soldiers and has to continuously invoke new holiday traditions to keep evading said soldiers and baddies, and in the meantime is nice to the big bad scary guy on the mountain and makes friends with him, and ultimately brings joy to the people by bringing presents while riding a magical vehicle. So let's get into it. Now, Rankin Bass specials are so special in my heart because, like, the truly good and memorable ones always have a great combination of clever, whimsical, adorable fairy tale storytelling aspects, and they also have just so many horrifying moments, which are almost more fun than the whimsy. At least for me. So if a special really wants to stand out, I want that special to give me a whole lot of whimsy or a whole lot of horror. Or ideally, a whole lot of both. As we get into the details of The Easter Bunny is Coming to Town, I will be invoking whimsy points and horror points. The movie earns a whimsy point every time I see something that is utterly adorable, clever, or evocative of fairy tale whimsy. Charming, you know? Whimsy. Conversely, the movie earns a horror point. I can't say that word. Conversely, the movie earns a horror point every time I see something that makes me go, oh God, stop! I legitimately love when Rankin Bass freaks me out. Horror points are fun. I want a lot of horror points.
So you want to know all about the Easter Bunny, huh?
Not really, no. And I think that's the movie's first problem. It assumes that I'm just as invested in Easter as I am in Christmas or Halloween or even Thanksgiving. And no, I am not. This might be a little misleading, but no, I'm not. Easter is pastel and eggy. It smells like eggs. Easter's kind of an odd holiday to me. Most other American celebrations still hold some kind of appeal into adulthood. Christmas is pretty, you spend time with family, there's like parades, everything sparkles. Wow! Halloween is an excuse to cosplay and throw candy at toddlers at high velocities and get thanked for it. 4th of July has explosions. But Easter smells like eggs. Once you're like 10 or 11, there's not really much left to do to really engage with the holiday. You know, once you're 10, your parents might try to mix it up by, instead of hiding plastic eggs filled with candy, they hide the actual hard-boiled eggs that you dipped in, you know, in all the vinegar color. And then you realize you had 48 boiled eggs hidden, but the final count of after the Easter egg hunt is you didn't actually find all 48 eggs. You only found 47. And then 3 months later, you find number 48, and it's the most rancid, hardened, off-colored food thing you've ever laid eyes on. And it's your fault. You did this. It was you. Easter is my least favorite holiday, so an Easter holiday special really has to sell me on the mythos of Easter to really grab my attention. So you can't just say things like, so you want to know about the Easter Bunny? Because no, I do not. I want to know about ghouls and ghosts and Santa and elves, but I'm largely apathetic towards an eggy rabbit. Give me an Australian Easter Bunny who can and has killed a man. Many men. Killed many men. Give me little Easter eggs, little legs that walk around. I like that. Little egg legs. Whimsy and horror. You know, whimsy and horror. Little legs and killed a man. That's what I want. It's too cute. Easter is too cute. And it's cute in the way that Grandma's creepy figurines are cutesy. And not in like the squishable Japanese kawaii way, which is a superior cuteness in every way imaginable. I don't like Easter cute. Easter cute would benefit from more kawaii and less Grandma's doll collection. I didn't know how many of these were. Oh no. I found also a single pack of Paz egg dye color.
Oh no.
Which is probably from like 2002. That's just plastic. This is probably also from 2002.
That's fine.
That's oh. Okay, well, I did that to myself. Well, since we seem to want to know so much about the Easter Bunny...
Tons and tons of mail. All for the Easter Bunny. Why, he gets almost as much as Santa.
No, he does not. But Astaire is a liar. He calms his voracious audience members by promising to explain all those crazy Easter traditions that we just can't seem to stop sending him letters about. It all starts in Kidville, a whole town populated solely by children. The utopian version of Children of the Corn. And Fred Astaire can personally attest to the events of this story because he used to live in Kidville when he was but a wee baby Astaire.
Baby Astaire!
Baby Fred Astaire! He's dead now. So. The reason that there's only kids in Kidville is because they're all orphans. Who and what orphaned a whole town of children? Now, the kids of Kidville are pretty much stuck in Kidville because the big bad bear Gadzooks terrorizes the mountain outside of town and steals all things that are good and happy. He's like the Grinch, except year-round. I postulate that not only does Gadzooks hunger for happiness, but he also hungers for the blood of parents. Perhaps the blood of an entire town's worth of parents. Dun, dun, dun! The Kidville kids find an orphaned bunny who likes the sun and name him Sunny. I'm proud of myself for that. Sunny Bunny! They adopt him, thus becoming parents. Which seems rather foolish to me, considering they are now endangering themselves to Gadzooks, he who hungers for the blood of parents. Since bunnies grow up fast, Sunny Bunny is now a full-grown man bunny within a year and immediately starts thinking about capitalism.
I say Kidsville's got to expand.
Oh boy, colonialism is nice. Sunny Bunny decides that Kidville's new capitalistic export will be eggs. Thus enter the Chicken Sisters.
The queens of the chicken coop.
Oh, keep your kinks to yourself. The Chicken Sisters sing a song about how the question, which came first, the chicken or the egg, is foolish because history books tell us that chickens were obviously first because Noah's Ark. Oh boy, this is not a secular Easter Bunny. Which is a sentence I never thought I would say. There's nothing good about these chickens. I do not like them, and I am also concerned for them.
What are you doing?
Sunny Bunny seems to have no trouble at all boiling their not children in front of them. Alarm! Alarm!
Oh my! I can't bear to watch. Make mine 3 minutes.
Alarm! Alarm! This is alarming! I am alarmed! Now that the eggs are nice and boiled, making them harder to crack during the capitalistic export process, Sunny Bunny begins his journey to try and find people to give eggs to. Along the way, Gadzooks, the bear who hungers for the blood of parents, steals his eggs! Oh no! Sunny Bunny is good and well spooked, and he runs all the way to a dismally emo-palated town called Town. Town is so sad and emo because children are outlawed there. As fun and whimsical as this is, it's clearly just the premise of the kingdom in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And now I'm just thinking about how much more fun and whimsical Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is in comparison to this not secular Easter Bunny film for 5-year-olds. And that does not make me very happy. This whimsy point actually makes me think about how much more whimsical and fun this film could be, and that's sad. You can have a queen who fears children so much that she faints, and a king who hogs all the toys in the kingdom for himself, and a child catcher to snatch up all the kids and lock them in the dungeons. I love, over-the-top villains of, the Trunchbull. I'm gonna lock you in the chokey, and it's like, ooh, I just love to hate them, A child snatcher, and a clever inventor with a flying car, and a dungeon full of old men who have been locked away by the king for decades, tasked with trying to recreate the flying car! If you're going whimsy, you gotta make the bad guys evil kings and queens who outlaw kids all the way, and that they're greedy and obsessed with toys and flying cars, and then they have the kids storm out of the sewers and take back the kingdom with a flying car! This not secular Easter Bunny movie could really benefit from a flying car. King Bruce, the 7-year-old child, is bossed around by his aunt, who outlaws children and forces King Child to eat only beans.
Beans.
Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans. Beans.
And more beans.
Beans. Beans. Beans.
I think beans are sufficient.
She is correct. Sunny Bunny thinks this dismal town is the perfect place to sell eggs, so he makes the journey again, this time painting his boiled eggs so that Gadzooks won't realize they're eggs and try to eat them. But when he gets back to Town, the sad adults also don't realize that the colorful spheres are eggs, so they don't try to eat them. This upsets Sunny Bunny. He tells these sad adults that they're stupid because people should really always be eating random things because someone might find a new food that way. He sings a song about this, about how men should start eating random things because who knows, if men start eating things they've never seen before, they might find a diamond and then a woman will kiss you. Or they might end up eating an oyster and spitting out a pearl, and then a woman will kiss you. But only if you're the first man to spit out a pearl. The second man to spit out a pearl doesn't get a kiss, because not secular Easter Bunny can't have that now, can he? Females will kiss you if they see shiny things, so buy my eggs! People seem to accept this. Even King Child, who likes these eggs so much that he dubs Sunny the Easter Bunny. I think headband on the outside of beanie makes ears less likely to floop down into my face and pull my entire beanie off of my head. As thanks, Sunny Bunny shows King Child the proper ritual way that all Easter eggs should be eaten.
First, you hold it up and look at it. And then you say, "Ooh, isn't that pretty?" Then you sort of look concerned and say, "Seems a shame to eat it." Then you kind of think it over and you say, "Heck, that's what Easter eggs are for."
That's just the way it always happens at my house.
Mine too.
I have never felt so called out for being so white.
Sniff it a little.
Okay, keep your kinks to yourself. But eggs aren't beans, so Bean Ant outlaws eggs. But Sunny Bunny's a cheeky little... So he goes and invents jelly beans because... What? These are totally beans. What are you talking about? Except, no, those aren't jelly beans. Those are just sprinkles. Guys, those are just sprinkles. But Gadzooks is back! Oh no! He throws the eggs with his mighty parent-slaughtering paws, and all the Kidville kids go searching for them. Where are the eggs? Which they like, so they do every year. Oh, but golly! Don't you think that Gadzooks would stop throwing eggs and orphaning children if only he had a nice suit? The kids certainly seem to think so. Well, because a girl will emerge from a cave and kiss you if you have a nice suit. Wow. That's the moral of the movie. Have nice things and girls will kiss you.
And that big suit of clothes for a giant grizzly bear was the first Easter outfit ever.
Don't say that like it's a revelation. That's not a thing. The first Easter suit. It's not a thing. This Easter tradition fairy tale explanation doesn't work because that's not a thing anymore. If you're giving me fairy tale explanations for holiday traditions, I want those to actually be holiday traditions. This isn't a holiday tradition anymore. It's already irrelevant. I'm upset. I'm upset at this 1977 Easter Bunny movie. Gadzooks gets a little pep talk now that he's all good and stuff.
You gotta like yourself before you can expect anyone else to.
I have been called out! Okay, the pep talk also includes this.
The sand can't run through your toes if you're wearing shoes.
You know, there's like 1,000 jokes that could be made here, but really I am more curious about how he did that with his shoe. Like, how did he do that? Can I do that? Is that a thing you can do? I'm gonna try and do that. Oh no. Where is my shoe? My shoe is gone. Where did it go? Where did it go? By the way, no, he's a magic man. The man's too impressive. Ha! See? I did it. Magic man. Oh! So I broke... when the shoe hit me on the face, a little nubbin. I broke the nubbin on my glasses from throwing a shoe at my face. I did it. Now that Gadzooks has been properly gentrified, so many more eggs can be hidden all over Town for everyone to go and hunt for.
And the townspeople even had more fun than the Kidville kids.
That's adorable. So all these egg and jellybean shenanigans really come to a head when Bean Ant gets all upset at the Kidville kids for running around town looking for eggs. So Bean Ant's like, time to call in the army.
Get the children, get the rabbit, get the rabbit, get the children, get the children, get the rabbit.
I love them.
Get the kids, get the rabbit, get the rabbit, get the kids, get the kids, get the rabbit, get the rabbit, get the kids.
Get the children, get the rabbit, get the rabbit, get the children, get the kids, get the children, get the rabbit, get them all. The world's most endearing soldiers are home alone when the Kidville kids roll eggs down a hill.
Now you know why, to this very day, children still roll Easter eggs down the hill.
What? No. Is that a thing? Like the cheese wheel? I've never heard of this before. I don't know what this is. Oh, look at all those white children chasing eggs. When I was a kid, we didn't have hills. Better deceive those soldiers with substitution jutsu. Ha! That was a chocolate rabbit all along. Oh! I ran into a table.
A chocolate Easter bunny! Give me a foot.
Now you know what that was, don't you?
A kink! The substitution jutsu allows Sunny Bunny to escape and bring more eggs another day. And because he has just so many eggs, he decides to transport the rest via train. But since most trains are way too stuck up to engage in measly egg movement, they hire Chugs to do it instead. It's the little engine that could. This movie's just the little engine that could now. One was the Velveteen Rabbit, and now it's just the little engine that could, and also Santa Claus coming to town. Like, nobody has ever known what to do for Easter Bunny movies. Chugs is rusting in the train station and sings the blues, and I am actively evaporating from my corporeal form from how little I am invested in the woes of this locomotive. Chugs talk weird.
You know I will, you know I will, you know I will, you know I will, you know I will. Dirty tricks, dirty tricks, dirty tricks, dirty tricks, dirty tricks, dirty tricks.
Oh, keep your kinks to yourself.
Sure is hard. Sure is hard. Sure is hard.
Chugs, please! The eggs are delivered to Town and Bean Ant's anti-egg policies are foiled once and for all. She is upset. Bean Ant is given a flower and is good now. Everyone gets new Easter bonnets and outfits, and they decide to hold the first Easter parade. I have never once in my life heard of an Easter parade. The end. Ugh. The Easter Bunnies come into town. Horror points. Horror points. I can't say that word. Chugs. Literally everything Chugs chants repeatedly. Way the baby bunny laughs. Not okay. Whimsy points. Kidville. Baby Astaire. Town called town. Children are outlawed. The townspeople even had more fun than the Kidville kids. Bean Ant's guard chase. Get the rabbits, get the children, get the children, get the rabbits, get the rabbits, get the children, get the dog, get them all. This special suffers from being way too kid-friendly. There's practically no horror points to be awarded, and that's not really a good thing. Stakes are low, not enough whimsy, boring songs, too many preschool TV vibes. Leaves me mostly bored watching it as an adult. Also, this is not a secular Easter Bunny. I think the biggest problem of this movie's premise is the fact that it's framing itself as an Easter tradition explanation movie. Because it fails to realize just how niche, irrelevant, or outdated the traditions it chooses to explain actually are. These Easter traditions aren't really universally recognizable in the way that, I don't know, say Christmas traditions are. Most people have a sense of the Christmas mythos. You know, Santa lives at the North Pole, he makes toys, he's surrounded by elves, wears a red suit, flies with Santa. Wait, he flies with reindeer. Reading. There's an entire pre-established Santa mythos to explain and explore in fiction. And the Easter Bunny doesn't really have that same well-established mythos. So this movie instead relies on traditional Easter activities to propose whimsical explanations for. But it fails to realize just how niche those traditions are, or at least how tied they were to the era in which this movie was filmed. I'm trying to, give some sort of actual thought, and I've got bunny ears on my head, and, if that isn't just, a metaphor for our common era that we're living in, I don't know what is. Or how tied in they were to the era in which it was filmed, or how they're churchy things and not really bunny things. This movie tries to explain Easter things we all know about, like wearing Easter bonnets, wearing new outfits for Easter, Noah, rolling eggs down hills, which is apparently a thing. Easter parades. Why men should eat things they find on the ground, because it might be shiny and then a woman will kiss you. Maybe these were common practices amongst the demographics this movie was made for in 1977, but they don't withstand the test of time and really date the movie.
Oh, but that's just how all movies age.
You say, but no. It's not. I think it's quite telling that Charles Dickens' depictions of Christmas traditions in A Christmas Carol in 1843 are more recognizable as modern holiday celebrations than traditions from a 1977 Easter Bunny movie. Just saying. Easter just isn't as ubiquitous in America's modern culture as Christmas is. Also, 1843 A Christmas Carol is less tied to religion than 1977 The Easter Bunny is Coming to Town. Do with that information as you please. No one cares about Easter. I don't care about Easter. I'm not lying, bunny ears are fun. I'm looking for some really cool Easter Bunny lore to suck me into the holiday. I'm here! I'm ready! Strike me down, Easter Bunny gods! I'm here for you! I want crazy Australian bunnies that can kill a man. I want that! I want that bunny! Or at least a flying car! Give me a flying car, please! Also, just in general, Easter, your color palette sucks. It's pastel. And not in the cool goth subgenre way. In the eggy way. I mean, I don't want Easter merch, because Easter isn't cool. Someone should make Easter cool. Or at least insane. Here comes Peter Cottontail, 1971. This is one of my new favorite things. I love this one. This one's great. This one's crazy. This one scares me. I love it. This was worth the Easter Bunny movies.
Look up in here, our won't wait. Look out. Well, here I come. Ready or not. Ta-da!
Here Comes Peter Cottontail begins with one of the most terrifying intros I've ever seen. Bloody red eyes, a convulsing man. Oh, and what do you know? Convulsing man is our narrator for the night. Our snake oil salesman convulsing narrator. Wowee! Except the snake oil he's selling is colors.
Blissful blue or a simply euphoric yellow.
No, I don't want your euphoric yellow. Keep your kinks to yourself. Euphoric yellow decides that it's his duty to tell us all about the famous Peter Cottontail who lives in Easter Bunny Valley.
You never heard of Peter Cottontail? Great chattering chicks! They've never heard of Peter Cottontail!
This is the most unhinged narrator. I'm scared. I love him. I'm scared of how much I love him. His hat talks.
They've never heard of Peter Cottontail?
Yeah, this is never explained, and it never happens again. We don't know if euphoric yellow's just going a little loopy after snorting one too many colors. We don't know. Ew. Wait. Oh my god! So the audience is eaten by an Easter egg eyeball hole. And we come to April Valley, where the Chief Bunny is waiting to do a nepotism. Chief Bunny's plan is to declare Peter Cottontail as the new Chief Easter Bunny, regardless of anyone else's opinions, or Peter's apparent lack of qualifications and tendency to lie pathologically. He's doing a droopy ear Pinocchio thing over here. Chief Bunny is a dictator. A very high dictator. Oh.
I hereby declare you Chief Easter
Just a mean old minute. Here is the Constitution of April Valley. It says that the Chief Easter Bunny shall be the one who delivers the most eggs. I know that!
See, he is a dictator.
I propose a contest to see who can deliver the most eggs.
That's absolutely out of the question.
Chief Bunny is actively ignoring the established constitution. But the evil Democrat villain calls Chief Bunny out on his proposed dictatorial nepotism. Why did I use such big words? But the evil Democrat villain calls Chief Bunny out on his proposed dictatorial nepotism. Evil Democrat Bunny's name is Irontail, because a child ran over his fluffy tail, so it had to be replaced by an iron prosthetic. Now Irontail hates all younglings and wants to become Chief Easter Bunny to ban all children from entering Easter Bunny Valley ever again. So it's the fated rivals, Irontail versus Cottontail. Stop, I'm far too charmed by your whimsy. Stop, I'm too charmed by your whimsy. Stop it, this one has no tail. Big bunny. I bought a bag once and this bunny was just inside the bag. And it was the best thing ever. Sometimes things just appear in your life and you're like, well, I guess this is mine forever now. Ding ding ding! Cottontail versus Irontail!
I know I can lick him any day.
Peter, this is no time for begging.
Oh my gosh! Keep your kinks to yourself! The Easter Bunny Society prepares for the great Easter egg showdown to determine who can give away the most eggs to earn the right to rule over Easter Bunny Valley. Chicken over here really needs a union, and Chief Bunny announces the upcoming plan. And Chief Bunny announces the upcoming challenge to rule Rab Plan. Chief Bunny announces the upcoming challenge to the competition to the rest of the rabbit kind. And I hate this line. Chief Bunny announces the upcoming competition to the rest of rabbit kind. I did it! Oh, I did the line. He just looks so drunk. And Peter Cottontail is just so vacant and completely non-present. Both are abusing substances, and I find this highly amusing. After announcing that the contest will start the following morning, Peter goes and involves himself in a wild, hedonistic festival, to which we are never given the privy of seeing for ourselves. And the next morning he oversleeps and misses the egg-delivering competition. Oh no! Irontail is declared the new Easter Bunny because he delivered the most Easter eggs. Namely, he delivered one to a sleeping drunkard, because he is very bad at being the Easter Bunny. This is just so gosh darn charming, stop it. Irontail plunges Easter Bunny Valley into a cruel era of evil.
From this time forward, all Easter eggs shall be colored a shade of mud and new concrete.
No, fiend! Peter openly weeps and decides to run away until he can set Easter Valley free once more.
And that's when I came into the story.
Ah!
Beg pardon, Peter.
Oh my gosh, hi. Hello. How long have you been here? Oh my gosh. So Euphoric Yellow whirls his way into Peter's life by watching him while he sleeps.
You're sleeping on my big toe.
Gee, I'm sorry.
It's my pleasure, Peter. Well, rather my big toe's pleasure.
Sir, please.
Why do you call it the Garden of Surprises?
Everybody asks that question.
Sir, please. Keep your kinks to yourself. Peter lays out his woes to Euphoric Yellow, seeking advice and reassurance.
Well, nobody will ever be able to change my label. It reads failure.
Bruh.
Oh, don't be so depressed, Peter. When you are depressed, it gets to be very depressing.
Bruh. Euphoric Yellow distracts Peter by telling him about his color-growing garden where all the colors for the bunny's Easter eggs are grown.
This is the Garden of Surprises where I grow all the vegetables I use to make the pretty colors.
It's too cute. Melting. Oh no, it's too cute. No! No! Oh! Well, oh, not again. How did I do it again? No! No, how did I do it again? Hi, I'm the Oblivion Mickey. No! 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 How did I do it again? Oh gosh, dang it! Euphoric Yellow distracts Peter by telling him about his color-growing garden where all the colors for all the bunny's Easter eggs are grown. So cute! It's so cute! Oh, what? It's so cute! It's so cute! Ugh. It's so cute! Ah ha ha! If I had a nickel, I would have more than 2 nickels. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no. Well, I guess it can just do this now. That snapped. Yeah, I'd need a new piece to fix that. This darn closet is one of my ultimate nemeses. Why is this closet my nemesis? We have such a relationship, you and me. Why do we have to fight? Why do we have to fight? Wow. Where are we? Oh, yeah. Okay, so along with this gradient garden, I'm not over the closet thing. Along with his gradient garden, Euphoric Yellow also just happens to have a Yestermorrowbile, a flying car that can travel from yesterday or tomorrow, the past or the future. Yeah! Yeah! A flying car! Everything's more whimsical! people with a flying car. This doesn't matter anymore because we have a flying car. The Yestermorrowmobile can travel through time to different American holidays and is piloted by a caterpillar with a human head. No. Hide me, closet. Hide me. Hide me away. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm really pushing it. I'm really pushing my luck with this closet. He's creepy, and I like that he's creepy. 1, I am so happy that this is a time-traveling Easter Bunny movie. 2, oh god, it's a caterpillar with a human head. And he's French. This is my new favorite movie. Definitely a favorite Easter movie. And this is my new favorite scene.
Let's go to Easter, Antoine.
Of course, oui, certainement, Pierre. Good luck, Peter.
Thanks for everything, Mr. Sassafras.
But I didn't give you everything.
Huh?
I've never seen a more brilliant paced scene in all of cinema. 100 out of 10. I'm so glad this exists. This entire video is worth it for that scene. The awkward silences. The weird pun. That he didn't get the pun. And that they just launched into the sky. There's a caterpillar with a human head. Just the awkward silence is so good. This is like on King Kong destroying a castle for a minute type of good. The pacing in this movie is crazy. Sometimes it goes so fast it induces vertigo, and sometimes it's just so awkwardly slow, I visibly age, and it makes me want to vomit, but like the fun kind of vomit. Peter and Caterpillar Human Head plan to go back in time to Easter so that Peter can have a chance to redo the egg-giving competition and become the chief Easter Bunny. But Irontail sends his minion to sabotage the Yestermorrowmobile. Not the flying car, no! And our heroes can now only crash forward through time to each of the year's holidays. In America. But because, laws are meant to be loopholed, technically, the eggs don't have to be given away on Easter. No. So Peter plans to just, give eggs away whenever to claim his victory as the Easter Bunny. Meanwhile, Caterpillar Human Head decides to indulge in music and oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my goshness! Oh god! No. Peter has the most uninterested expression I have ever seen on a living being. Which is wild because this is the most insane music sequence I've ever seen in my life. Oh god, keep your kinks to yourself. Peter starts traveling forward in time to holidays to try and give people Easter eggs. Said people are confused and not quite on board.
Well. Hello, fellows.
It's a rabbit.
Truly, that is the appropriate reaction. However, it turns out that Peter is also really, really bad at giving eggs to people. Peter Pinocchio starts lying to sell his product, which is a crime. The humans are taken in by this false advertising and greedily snatch up the supposedly explosive 4th of July eggs. As would I. I would also want explosive 4th of July eggs.
Yeah, gimme. Let me at him. Come on, let's take him to where the ground is hard.
What? Unfortunately, the eggs aren't actually bombs, so humanity is enraged and chases Peter Cottontail further forwards in time. Peter lands on Halloween, so Irontail calls up his witch friend to sabotage Peter Pinocchio's plans. But Peter Pinocchio and Caterpillar Human Head are in the future, and Irontail is in the present, like Easter present? Am I missing something? I don't think so. Irontail is in the present, in Easter present, without access to a time machine. Is he calling into the future? Like, is the phone the time machine? I'm confused. Like, how does he know that Peter Cottontail is in Halloween, on Halloween, at Halloween? And how is he able to call up his witch friend on Halloween if he's in the present? I'm confused. Wait just a highfalutin minute. What the heck is going on around here? The witch approaches Peter Pinocchio. Peter gives egg to witch, and the witch realizes that this is the greatest thing that has ever happened to her in her entire life.
A present? Oh, I must tell the whole weirdo community.
So the labels in this world are failure and weirdo. Oh my gosh! Oh no! All the weirdos want eggs too! The weirdos just want their eggs, man! But Irontail sends his Bat-Minion to go and steal Peter's eggs before the weirdo community— I love the weirdo community. But Irontail sends his Bat-Minion to go and steal Peter's eggs before the weirdo community— before the weirdo community can get their hands on them. This bat heist is not as intimidating as it sounds. It's poop. It's poop. The heist, it's poop. It looks like poop. It's poop. Additionally, how did the Bat-Minion also travel forward in time to steal eggs from the weirdo community? How did the Bat-Minion get all the way to Halloween future from Easter present to steal the eggs from the weirdo community? He doesn't even have a Yestermorrow. Like, I think this is too much. I think I'm thinking about this too much. I'm getting a migraine. Onwards through time! Wait, left to right, for American audiences. Onwards through time! It's Christmas now! Because of course it is! Rankin Bass, that means it's always Christmas! Woo! Woo!
How goes the egg business?
Not so good.
Beard caterpillar human head parasite is awful and I hate it. Peter Pinocchio starts negotiations to try and buy a sentient Easter bonnet that's being sold on Christmas Eve. My brain is melting. There it goes. Goodbye.
Silly little rabbit.
Some tricks are for kids. As it turns out, Peter Pinocchio is very good at the barter system.
I'll trade you my Christmas eggs for Bonnie. Deal?
Deal.
Gee, I forgot I was wearing this Santa suit.
Ah, okay. But Irontail is here to thwart the capitalism. Wait, how? How did he get here? How did he get here? Like, did Euphoric Yellow give him a time machine too? How? How did he get here? He doesn't have a time machine. How did he get here? In the rush to escape Irontail, Peter totally ditches Caterpillar Human Head. Completely ditches him at Christmas. Completely. It's hilarious. But how? How did he completely forget about Caterpillar Human Head? I will never be able to forget about Caterpillar Human Head. As we transition to our next scene, Euphoric Yellow narrator over here just likes to, mock what the characters say.
Those eggs are done for! Those eggs are done for! We are falling! This is an outrageous situation! We are falling! This is an outrageous situation! Where you will never find them again! Where you'll never find them again!
I'll make it up if it's the last thing I do.
I'll make it up if it's the last thing I do.
I'm both charmed and terrified. I think that's equal whimsy and horror points. It's Valentine's Day, meaning it's time to find love. I guess, I don't know. Meaning it's time to find love and sing a song about being yours for Valentine's Day, but specifically only for Valentine's Day and not any longer than that. I'm not exaggerating.
So I'll be yours for just today and not tomorrow. I'm yours today.
Not another day,
I'm yours today.
but just today.
For just a 24-hour day.
I will love you for 24 hours and then you're cut off. No more. Get out! The songs in this movie are pretty much just as dull and uninteresting as the songs in the other Easter specials, but at least this movie throws in absolutely insane lyrics about loving someone for specifically 24 hours and not a second more, or absolutely haunting imagery like caterpillar wiggle guys or giant Easter Island bunny head eating our protagonist. Oh, horrifying. Not okay. But so cool. Irontail still schemes.
I knew I'd find Peter in his eggs if I just kept waiting for all the holidays.
Oh! So he's not time traveling. He's just waiting a long time. Okay, thank you. Oh. Did you hear that, Closet? He's not actually time traveling. He's not actually time traveling. He's just waiting a long time. He's just waiting a really long time in between holidays for the movie to start happening again. My brain can unmelt now. Brain, go back in the ear. Okay, cool. But he really should have some sort of, like, giant, destroyinator set on the 4th of July that he's been building all years to just, like, zap all of Peter's eggs out of existence, leaving him childless. I guess he's just kind of a lazy tyrannical dictator. Irontail's new scheme? Ruin Peter's eggs.
He turned them all green. Oh, and were they ever green?
No, not green! No, anything but green! Not green eggs and ham! No! It's hot!
I'm fine.
Meanwhile, euphoric yellow.
Green. All the way through. The shells were green.
This man has snorted one too many colors up his nostrils. Considering that Irontail has had a year to plan out his holiday-themed sabotages, you'd think he'd have considered the fact that green eggs are green, and that the only holiday left before Easter is St. Patrick's Day! Peter finally manages to get rid of his eggs and is declared the new chief Easter Bunny. Easter Bunny Valley is saved! Woo! 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 So as much as I love the flying car that is the Yestermorrowmobile, it is a broken machine and is only capable of skipping forward through time to each various holiday. Logically, it would make a lot more sense to just wait for tomorrow and the next tomorrow to try and give eggs away, tomorrow. Instead of fast traveling through a year of your life to give your enemy way more time to plan their counterattacks to foil your success. Maybe. The outcome would probably be the same, namely becoming the new chief Easter Bunny. But in one scenario, you become a good ruler for your people immediately. And in the second, you let an evil dictator torment your people for a year. But you get to go on an adventure in a time machine. One is much more fun, but lets a lot more people suffer. But technically, the outcome is the same. This one's a real moral quandary here. Ultimately, a man who sells colors watched Peter sleep and sold him a faulty time machine, which scams him into fast traveling through a year of his life. Don't trust a man who stares deeply into egg holes. As we're celebrating our new dictator, Peter Cottontail, Caterpillar Human Head shows up 4 months after being abandoned in the icy wastes of Christmas. Only he's no longer Caterpillar Human Head, he's Butterfly Human Head. Oh no! I feel like I have whiplash from participating in a joyride on a flying car with one too many rabbits hopped up on euphoric yellow. That's all I could have wanted. Here comes Peter Cottontail, bloody-eyed intro and man scream. Snake oil salesman who sells colors. Euphoric yellow. Easter Bunny Valley.
They've never heard of Peter Cottontail.
Cottontail versus Irontail, the fated rivals. Bunny's left ear droops if he tells a fib. I prefer projectile vomiting as a lie detector myself, but, to each their own. Eaten by Egghole. They're bunnies! Bunnies! Chief Bunny is a dictator drug lord. Irontail wants revenge on children for making him have a tail made out of iron. Valid and charming. Narrator demon watches bunnies as they sleep. Irontail is so nasty that no one wants his eggs. Caterpillar Human Head. Irontail declares that all Easter eggs will now be the color of mud and concrete. You fiend! You fiend! Worm dance. Oh gods. Garden of vegetable surprises and color. Yay! That heist does not look as cool as you think it does. Yestermorrowmobile. Flying car! Flying car! Caterpillar Human Head as beard parasite. Time traveling crashes into various holidays. Narrator mimicking characters. Narrator mimics characters. Why does he do this? Easter Island eggheads eat Peter Cottontail. All the other weirdos in the weirdo community want eggs too! Butterfly Human Head. Narrator makes his face into an egg cracker. Narrator's face. His face. Euphoric yellow man's face as the movie's final shot. His face. Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the egghole trail, hippity-hoppity Scarlet Fever Day. Easter's only a decoy, just another Christmas ploy. Whimsy, horror, kinks won't go away. In town there are beans galore, so much time travel to do. If you eat shellfish off the floor, then women will kiss you too. Oh, here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping with prosthetic tails, rickety-rockety flying car dismay. Caterpillars bring no joy when they're just a human boy. Watching these, I'll never be okay. So this is that's my legacy of this video. Just, oh gosh. Great. Why does this always happen? Don't mind me.